The most important currency is not money. The most important currency is your frequency, because your frequency becomes your currency. Think about current. Currency is energy moving through your system. The biggest investment you need to make is in your frequency, so that then you can expand your perception on reality. And when you've done that, you can make better discernment of choice points going forward. Then you'll choose where to put your money so you can become prosperous. And there's a difference between prosperous and wealthy. Wealthy is about hoarding and not moving. It becomes stagnant. Prosperous people understand that energy is a current, and you have to give out to give back, and give out and give back. And when you have scarcity mindset, what you do is you freeze and you don't give out for the fear of not receiving back. The truth of it is that we live in an abundant universe. It's baked into the operating code, so to speak, of the entire unified field. Abundance and cooperation and unconditional love is our birthright. Our conditioners simply moved us away from that. So when you know yourself as abundant and prosperous, naturally you want to give into areas and parts of society that you want to sustain and support. And as a part of natural law, baked into that code is reciprocity. What you give out, you get back. And so wealthy people do something called tithing. Give 10% of their money into causes and projects because they understand natural law and get that moving. So the biggest investment to make isn't in your money, it's in your frequency. Your currency is your frequency is your currency. And then what you give out, you get back. What you expand on, you can have greater perception, and then what you focus on grows. And therefore then you will make better decisions and choice points and discernment, because you have an expanded consciousness to discern where to invest your actual physical money.
That's beautifully said. Thank you so much for joining us. And you just triggered my memory that when we had Thrive translated into Spanish, the most popular Spanish word for thrive is prosperar, is to prosper. So I'm glad you made that distinction. Okay, David.
I would just say, first of all, that there's more to life than money. Yes, money's important. And I look at it as a transition phase with that teaching apes to use money. That's a real eye-opener and thought-provoker. We may get to that place in currency, as explained by Christof, where our energy field is strong enough and there's enough abundant energy for everybody that we don't have to worry about it. I would say we have to make that transition, and maybe one of the stepping stones is a combination of either crypto, precious metals, or both. I also would say that nature preaches balance. And that means you need balance in life. If you're too focused on money, or too focused on your career, or too focused on athletics or whatever, you're out of balance. And this, as Christof pointed out, is basically the billionaire class. I mean, this is actually showing extreme insecurity. If you can never get enough, you'll never get enough. And this is not happiness. Happiness is being content with what you have. I have enough. And that's a great feeling. I don't need any more. In fact, if you go back into the documentary, I Am, in that film, they talk about in the 1930s, in the last Great Depression, that most people knew or believed strongly that anyone that had such an excess as to have multiple mansions and that kind of thing actually had a mental illness. So I think we need to get back to nature, back to the venture that we are stepping into, and that we have to remember, again, I think as Christof put it, but I'll use my own words, our humanity. We need to speak from the heart rather than the head. And we need to speak carefully and considerately everywhere and always. And if we're able to give out that frequency, the adage, to thine own self be true, and speak truth to power and everyone, always, a task that's impossible, but a goal to achieve, then we can start changing. Remember the idea that be the change you want to see. If you can change yourself to be real. I used to end all of my videos over a decade ago with be real, buy real, something else real. It's about being real in this world and spreading the message just by, perhaps, as Christof said, and I can't remember the term, but the merchant priest, I think, was a terminology. You can walk through with an open heart in the right state and absolutely change things by doing nothing. I'll end it there.
And it's such a beautiful and heartwarming reminder to hear from two real experts in prosperity and success. When they come down to their final message, they bring it all back to this, back to love, back to the human connection, back to that which actually is at our source.